Shiri, I love you and will always love you. Shiri, you are everything to me. You are the best wife and mother there could be. Shiri, I'm sorry I couldn't protect you all. If only I had known what would happen, I wouldn't have fired. I think about everything we went through together. There are so many beautiful memories. Chuki, Ariel, you made me a father. You transformed us into a family. You taught me what truly matters in life.
As gut-wrenching devastation, Ariel Bibas mourning his loved ones today in Israel. All three of his family members were killed in Hamas captivity. His wife, Shiri, and his two young sons, Ariel and Kfir. Ariel was also captured, but he was released as part of the ceasefire agreement earlier this month. Hamas returned his family's remains last week, but with an agonizing mistake. At first, Hamas handed over the remains of a Gazan woman instead of Shiri Bibas. Now, her body was released a day later, and in a few hours, Hamas is set to return the bodies of 4 more hostages killed in Gaza as the ceasefire deal faces a Saturday deadline. Here with us now is founder and executive director of Zioness, Amanda Berman. Thank you for being with us. It's so hard to listen to and imagine what this man and his family has been through. So let's start with your reaction to the funeral today. Did today bring some closure for Israelis? Closure is such a hard word.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I don't know about closure. I think that the entire Jewish nation all over the world is really in extreme pain. There are only 15 million Jews alive on Earth today. A lot of people don't actually realize how tiny our community is, and we are all connected. We really are all one family. So we mourn these losses together, both of Oded Lifshitz and of the Bibas family. I'm not sure about closure because 27 potentially living hostages remain in Gaza and 60 hostages total living and dead. And I think that the Israeli people will not ever really be able to begin their healing process until everyone comes home.
Yeah, so many stories that we've covered like this. You know, you talk to family members and they say there's never closure. There'll always be a hole in the middle of the heart. So the Bibas family asked Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to actually shut up and to stop publicizing details of the deaths of Shiri and her sons. Why is Netanyahu not following the family's wishes, you think?
Well, I certainly can't speak for the prime minister. What I would say is that I think that there is probably one caveat to the request that he shut up, which is that a lot of Israeli society, including the Bibas family, has been clear that they would like for him to issue an apology, to have some humility and take responsibility and accountability for what happened on October 7th. And in fact, Shiri Bibas' sister said that forgiveness comes in the form of returning all of the hostages, of continuing the ceasefire negotiations. 70% of Israeli society wants the ceasefire to continue to phase 2, to see the full release and return of the hostages, to see the demilitarization of Gaza and the de-radicalization of Gazan society, not the forced depopulation of Gaza, but a better future for Israelis and Palestinians. And that begins today with potentially and hopefully a future of ceasefire and the full hostage release.
Yeah, and we're keeping a close eye on the clock here in terms of how this is all supposed to go, because the bodies of 4 more deceased Israeli hostages will be released in just a few hours. Netanyahu says this exchange will follow agreed-upon procedure and without Hamas ceremonies. Now, we saw some dramatic scenes last week, including Hamas displaying a giant billboard of Netanyahu as a vampire. What do you expect that this will happen? What will happen next on this?
Well, I certainly can't predict what Hamas will do, which is an inhumane organization made up of people who raped, butchered, slaughtered, kidnapped, burned alive human beings last October, and has since then used millions of Palestinians as human shields in Israel's response during the war. So I don't know what they'll do. The images of Prime Minister Netanyahu, no matter whether you like him or his policies or not, were grotesque and deeply anti-Semitic. They activate the blood libel, the idea that the Jewish people seek vengeance and more death rather than a better, more prosperous future for everyone. So I do hope that the 4 individuals who are supposed to be released tonight, we understand they're already dead. We don't know what shape bodies will be in. They don't know how long it will take for them to be identified properly. And when they are identified, I understand that the 600 Palestinian security prisoners who were set to be released last week but weren't because Shiri Bibas was not returned initially, and because of the utterly despicable, horrific parade, the dead baby parade of the Bibas children in Gaza in front of Gazan civilians who cheered and celebrated the murder of these children. My understanding is that those 600 plus Palestinian security prisoners were not released last week because of this, but will be released after the four hostages today.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.